So today, as we talk about public health is a term we hear, but we don't necessarily understand. So what is public health? Help us wrap our minds around what it means and what it kind of targets.
Okay, so public health. So usually when people think about public health, they automatically think of like medicine, health. We're not medicine. The medical field, like physicians and doctors, they focus on diagnosis and treatment. Like you go to the doctor to get a diagnosis and to get treatment. Public health, we are focused on like community and population. So we study like health disparity. So pretty much, for example, like why does this health disparity exist? Why is it impacting this community more than it is other communities? And we try to create interventions to help, address those health outcomes. And interventions can be individual level through like education, but it can also be like community and organization level by encouraging like communities and organizations to get like incentives for people to do healthy behaviors, or it could be like policy level. Like I think seatbelts, for example, is a public health policy because it's a law that enforces people to use seatbelts so they don't, get injured badly or die in a car accident. So when you hear public health, we're focusing on like population. So like the biggest public health issue right now is the coronavirus. So there are public health professionals who are out there trying to educate communities on what the coronavirus is. There's also people who are in public health communications who are in charge of like messaging, like trying to educate people and get good messaging out about like vaccines and what they need to know about getting a COVID test. And then there are people out there who are working on policy, right? Who are working on policies to say, or who probably are talking about policy about like, should we make it mandatory? Should we not make it mandatory and things like that? So when you hear public health, think of people who are talking about a population and health issues are impacting populations and communities.